Hey you guys, it's Monica and welcome back. So today we're going to be making one of these glitter pencil cups. And so I'm actually using a new brand today. This is the Still Magnolia Company tumbler. It's one of their pre-prepped 20-ounce skinny tumblers. And I was pretty die hard about my fanaticism, if that's even a word, with Hog. But honestly, I was a big fan of their 20-ounce and their 30-ounce skinny tumblers. I've used them many a times on this channel, and they discontinued the design. Anyways, and so I'm also using this pencil cup file, this cut file that I got on Etsy. I will leave a link to it below. And you can just find one and kind of just tweak it for your cup. So yeah, that's what I did for mine. I kind of messed up the tweaking on the like the little chevron-y triangular part, but I'll show you how I fixed that in just a second. So yeah, I just cut that on a big 12 by 12 piece of vinyl, and I'm gonna just lay it on my cup. So take your time with this. Just make sure you get everything laid down nice and even. I always like to say stand your cup up, because that's how your cup is gonna be in real life. It's not gonna be laying down. And I found I'm always wonky when I just try to do everything with the cup laying down. So never forget to stand your cup up and take a look at your cup. So you'll probably, I tried to cut all those parts out where I'm constantly standing the cup up, but just know I do that constantly when I'm laying this vinyl down. And the good thing, I was so happy to find this pattern, because I had no intentions of actually ever making this cup. You know, I've seen it, it's been out, but someone had reached out to me and wanted me to make them one, and I'm like, okay, cool, we'll make it a video. And so this video is supposed to be out. You're literally looking at footage from 5 weeks ago, y'all. How? I finished most of the cup within 3 days, and then life hit. So yeah. But I'll get more on that a little later. But yeah, so I didn't know, I guess I'll be so behind. I feel like I'm always behind. And so I didn't know these patterns existed until I was in them Etsy streets, and I'm like, oh, I can just buy the pattern instead of, y'all know me, I was gonna struggle and try to freehand this design with tape and X-Acto knife and a ruler, and I didn't have to, because someone had already done the struggling for me. So I was very happy, and you can see right there my chevrons are short, and so I fixed that when it came time to glitter. I didn't even worry about trying to make it work. I'm like, I'll fix it when I glitter it. And so now I'm just going back and just taking a Sharpie and writing down the colors. And shout out to, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, and I don't want to put your legal name out there because you are a customer, but I believe she goes by Viva Mungo on social media. She had already did one of these cups a long time ago, and she kind of had already picked out the colors for me, so thank you, girl. I think I just tweaked it. I think she used Lights Out, but I'm going to use Black to the Future, and I think she used Metallica, and I'm going to use Slinky. But other than that, she had already kind of figured all this out, so thank you, girl. Made my job easy. And so I'm going to use the Podge Method for glittering. And so in retrospect, I feel like, and that's Flamingo, it's a pink iridescent. I feel like I maybe should have worked from the bottom up. I didn't really know the right way to do this. Y'all know how I roll. And then I was like, oh, dang. Because, okay, so they have the little parts that fit between where that white space is, but I wasn't feeling like doing all that work. And so I'm like, I'm just not going to put it on there. But then when it came time to do the eraser, the little eraser holder part, which is the silver part, I realized I needed to know where to stop. So I just took a pencil and I just went around the cup, and I'm just going to, get my glue in there, get it in where it fits in, and just clean up that line. So yeah, so again, the pattern does have all the vinyl pieces you need, and you can pull them up one by one. But I figured that whole part was all yellow, so why am I gonna lay all down these individual pieces? Because that just seems like doing too much. So yeah, and I'm just gonna come back. I try to use my finger, my line went straight. Use every tool you got in your repertoire, okay, girl? So I'm going to use a Q-tip. So clean that up and then just go back and glitter. And honestly, glittering for me is always the easiest part. The hardest part was laying this vinyl to get the design, and laying the vinyl down to get the lines. So yeah, it was at this one, I'm like, maybe I should have worked from the bottom up, because now I feel I'm awkwardly trying to hold the cup, because the top is glittered and it's still wet, but the bottom's not done. I don't know. If you've ever done one of these, let me know which way is the best way, or how you go about the glittering. You work bottom to top, top to bottom. somewhere in the middle. You kind of just jump around like me. So yeah, and so now I'm going to go ahead and do the yellow part, which would be the body of the pencil. That way I can keep those crisp chevrons at the bottom and make that part easier for myself. And also, so I don't forget, I did do 2 layers of glitter, because I'm not going to mention it later in the video. So yes, know that I did do 2 layers of glitter. So yeah, and that is honey mustard, another iridescent. So it's like a combination of iridescence and holographics. I just wanted to make sure I picked all colors that reflect light similarly, which holographic and iridescence do. I didn't want to just pick like metallics and iridescence or metallics and holographics, because they both reflect and they all shine, but they just don't reflect light the same. So I wanted the whole cups to reflect the light similarly. And so in order to get that part off, since I kind of glued it from the bottom and glued it from the top, I'm just using an X-Acto knife to kind of flip up the edge, and I'm going to use my weeding tool so I can just use the hook and just grab it and pull it off. And I was able to maintain those nice sharp edges, even though we're going to be coming back and covering up those edges with vinyl, but it's just nice to have that shape. And so what I did, since I had that little space, I'm just using my X-Acto knife and clearing out that glitter that got in where the space was, that I don't have a peak, and I'm pretty much just going to create a peak. So that's how I'm going to fix that. And remember, if you're going to be using like the vinyl to like create like the accents, like the gold and silver accents, you can make this sharp like the rest of them with the vinyl. So don't like stress about it too much. Don't worry about it too much. You can fix all that with vinyl. So now I'm just gonna go back in and take my time. I was using my big brush at first, and then I did come back in with a smaller brush and finished off getting everything in there. I didn't show all that because I've been glittering for like 5 minutes in the video at this point. Like honestly, the longest part took me was laying down that vinyl, because I wanted to make sure my lines were straight and my lines weren't wonky, and you know, the glitter, and it just comes naturally. But yeah, so showing y'all something different, trying to and just filling that back in. That's Golden Girl, which is a gold holographic. So yeah, I had breezed through. I was like determined to get this stuff out before school started. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give the people their back to school tutorials. I had all my videos lined up, and so that's the cup. I didn't dust it off or anything, so don't worry about that. So here's the cup nice and dusted, and I'm going to be using the Counterculture DIY Quick Coat to just seal everything in. You can also just use clear spray paint if you don't have the Quick Coat, but I'm lazy and I don't always want to go outside. So yeah, so these are all things you can just do in the house, do in your craft room, your craft shed, whatever you got working for you. So yeah, I ended up doing 2 coats of this. But yeah, I had breezed through this cup. I was like determined to give you guys content, and if you haven't noticed, I haven't given you guys a video in like 4 or 5 weeks. Because I was working on this video, then I had to get up and go out of town, and then we had like a restock, and then I got new inventory in, and then my husband had to go out of town, so now I'm doing stuff by myself, and then school and work, and it's just I had new furniture in my craft room, so I couldn't actually use my craft room, and so it was just like a lot going on, and I'm just like, dang, I just want to finish these cups that I'm working on, and I want to film, and I want to get people their cups, but y'all know how it goes. But I'm officially 3 weeks out from finishing school, so I'm very excited. I'm almost there. So this is the Counterculture DIY Artist Resin in medium viscosity. Been loving this. I love their artist resin, but the medium viscosity may just be that girl. Like the viscosity itself is awesome, and you can work in much thinner layers, and I like that. So yeah, I feel like it gives a very consistent result, nice and smooth glass-like finish, not a lot of bubbles or anything like that. And so yeah, I'm just dropping and catching on this and getting it all epoxied up. So yeah, but y'all, I'm like 3 weeks from finishing school, and then I'll have to sit for state boards, and I will then officially be a licensed esthetician in the state of Colorado and have something like my weekends back. I don't know. Y'all know I work full-time too, so we'll figure it out. I work full-time. I do this almost pretty much full-time, like owning a glitter company and craft company. But I'm excited because that also means I'll be able to get back to doing more cups for customers, which is very exciting for me because, you know, I feel like the only way you keep your skill is to use your skill. And so that's why I like making videos, because if I wouldn't have had YouTube, I wouldn't have made cups all year. So yeah. And so that's how everything looks. This, we're looking at 4 or 5 weeks later now. At this point, it's been some time. You see my nails have changed. I've ripped off a nail, so I have a glove on my other hand so you don't see my bare skin on my nail that is exposed. And so this is just some silver metallic vinyl that I cut some stripes and some gold. This was my first time using this vinyl. I just ordered it off Amazon. I'll leave a link to it. It's good vinyl, don't get me wrong. It's the way I cut it. I cut it with too much force. So that's my own fault. But it still cut just fine. It's just when I pulled it up off the cutting mat, which I was using a brand new cutting mat, and I just stuck it straight on there. That thing was sticky. And so, yeah, y'all know how that goes when you got a new cutting mat and it wants to just keep the vinyl like they bought the vinyl. Like, no, I bought the mat and the vinyl. You do not get to keep this vinyl mat. Thank you. Please give it back. So, yeah, so now this is another thing that this probably took me like, y'all, I'm moved so slow. It took me like an hour. So, yeah, because like y'all know I don't be knowing. I don't even know. Sometimes I be figuring out why y'all be coming watching me. I don't be knowing what I be doing. I just be learning along the way, and then I'm able to come back and tell you guys what I learned. And I appreciate y'all for being here along the ride with me, because I'm not the most advanced tumbler maker, but you know, I'm always willing to try. And that's why I appreciate suggestions when you guys want me to try things. And so I'm pretty much just laying this stuff down, always flipping up my cup, and I'm using a straight blade, X-Acto knife blade. Don't be like me. Put your X-Acto knife blade in the holder. Again, my craft room is still a hot mess, which is not why I'm not crafting on my craft desk right now. So yeah, and I couldn't find my actual, the knife holder, the body of the knife. And so I have like a brand new one that I refuse to open, but I have my blades, and I'm like, I'm just going to thug in and just use my blades. But don't be like me, because it'd be the one time you try to be adventurous with something and you're going to cut yourself real bad. So don't be me. Put your things in your holder. And so, yeah, so now I'm just going to go, y'all see what I'm doing, freestyling it. And so I didn't, like I said, this is another one of them situations where I probably should have worked from the bottom of the cup to the top. And you'll see how I end up just tweaking things as I go to determine how I like them. And so once I laid these down, and I'm just laying that other one perpendicular to the one I had just laid down before that on the opposite side of the chevron. And so I wasn't, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. And so I looked at it, I was like, how does this look aesthetically? Now, granted, like from a distance, it's all going to look good no matter what, right? It's the Mona Lisa. But if I'm up close and I'm the customer, oh, yes, shout out to my ring light. Come on, consistent light. I was like, okay, this video is kind of looking crappy. Y'all, I bought a ring light for situations like this when I'm crafting at night. And so, yes, now ring light, yes, consistent light. And so I decided to actually, the piece that was coming down from like the top of where the eraser is down to the chevron-y part, I decided that I wanted that line to lay on top of where the little chevron part is. So it's like little tweaks like that. And you'll also see me at the end go back on that bottom eraser line and pull that one up and hide all the lines underneath it. Because aesthetically, I just thought it looked better. And again, I don't know if there's a right way or wrong way. It's just my way, So yeah. So yeah, how y'all been? What y'all been having going on? And like, I feel bad because like I've even been like away from the comments, y'all. Like, I'm so sorry. It's hard out here. If you have like kids going on, the person that this cup is for, they work in a school district, that their school district got pushed back 2 weeks because of the Papa John's that's currently going on. And so this is not a political channel. My advice is always going to be do what's best for you and your family. But please don't push your views on other people, because that can be harmful, And y'all know I love a good PSA. I will give y'all the business if I have to, if y'all try me. But I'm always going to tell people do what's best for you and your family. But also don't assume what's best for you and your family is best for other people. Because you know what I mean? What's best for me is ice cream. What's best for me is dessert every night, pralines. For other people, that might be depriving themselves of a little sweet treat. I am not that girl. I like dessert with my dinners. Okay? I'm not going to tell everybody else to have dessert with their dinner. But I'm going to have dessert with my dinner because I only got this one life to live, okay? And I always tell people, I said, if I'm going to go out, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, at least I know I had ice cream with sprinkles for dessert the night before, and I will go out a happy woman. Amen. Can I get an amen? Thank you. And so I'm finishing this up. And so going back, and like this is the one really, especially y'all, where you have to like keep standing your cup up, because you can like literally see as the cup is laying down how those lines are wonky and crooked. And when I'm standing them back up, right, like now, I can see when the line gets straight. So it's so important to keep flipping that cup up, keep checking your own work. You know, if you're not sure, set that thing on the counter, crouch down, get your Megan Thee Stallion knees going on and crouch down and look at it, give it the evil eye, do whatever you got to do. Oh my goodness, y'all, speaking of evil eye, I got a lash lift in clinic and I'm having an allergic reaction. My eye is just so bad. Oh Lord. It's probably like the cheap glue that they had at school. But anyways, I got a bad eye. But yeah, use your good eye. I only currently have one good eye, but if you got two good ones working for you, use both of those and give your cup a look down. Because remember, if it's for a customer, you don't want to give a customer a crappy product. So make things like you would make them for yourself. And that's how I always try to go into when I'm making tumblers. I would never want someone to be like, this cup was crap. She just sent me, I seen her cup. Why my cup don't look like none of the other cups she made? Y'all don't be that girl. Because there are people out there like that. Don't be her. So yeah, so laying down these lines, like I said, it took me forever. But you know, we ain't got nothing going on because the way the world's set up, we back inside anyways. Girl, winter coming in Colorado, so I'm about to be back in the house full time. Anywho. So yeah, so I have been wearing press-ons for school and took them off, ripped off my whole nail. Hence why I don't have on nails now. I'm just trying to heal properly. This one hand looks decent enough for me to show y'all. My other one does not, so you will not see it. It's a little embarrassing. But it's okay, you know, we will survive, we will thrive. I'm just letting it grow out before my next vacation. So yeah, get your orders in because my vacation is coming. Got another vacation which will cause a week-long shutdown in the store. So if y'all got things y'all got going on, y'all want to make cups. Oh, and if you're gonna make this cup for if you got kids and you think about making these cups for your kid's teacher, make sure the teacher like your baby first. Okay, let me tell you something. Wait till Christmas to give your teacher this cup, because teachers switch it up. Teachers be real nice on the first day. They might make it through the first parent-teacher conference. When is that? About October-ish. And then by Christmas, your child coming home saying the teacher don't like them. So my suggestion is, just on a personal level, make sure that you like and your kid likes the teacher before we go out there making expensive presents for the teacher, because the teacher wouldn't buy this for themselves. Y'all feel me? Okay? And I don't want to be like, I had a lot of teachers who didn't like me. But, you know, they don't ever want to see your girl win. But I went and bossed up on them. But I was also in advanced studies. There was only like 10 of us. So we all became pretty successful people. But I did have some hating-ass teachers who didn't want to see your girl win. And look at me now. I'm doing better than them. And that's all that matters. And but it's funny because y'all ever remember like this? I don't know. I'm one of the people like, if you don't fool with me, I don't remember you, as bad as that sounds. And people would be like, you don't remember we went to Perry together? And I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. I only fool with people who fool with me, which is AKA the 10 of us that was in the Center for Advanced Studies. Like, I don't know about the rest of y'all. Like, I don't know y'all. Leave me alone. Best of luck to you. So, yeah, that's how everything looks when you get all your vinyl down. She's popping. She's ready. She's a pencil. And so, yeah, so now I'm just going to put black vinyl on top of that. And I'm doing this like all like back to back, like there was no breaks between this. So just laying that vinyl right on top. I've seen one, when the person sent me the picture of this, I wanted this cup, they sent me one where the person had the lines going vertically down the cup where the name was. I thought that looked a little tacky, so I took some creative liberty and I kept the lines on the cup to maintain the pencil integrity. Do it how you will. Me personally, I have no issues with layering it like this. I think it looks better like this. If you don't want to put the lines going vertically down the cup, personal choice, but just my little opinion, I think it looks better. And so let's go ahead and wrap this cup up, baby. New angle, because we're back in my craft room, but I don't have a chair at my desk anymore. So I'm standing up, epoxying this right now. So that's why you're seeing it from this angle. And I kind of like this angle too. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all know I asked y'all in the last video. Let me know about the angles. So one of y'all is a person like me. Y'all was like, I like the angles, but I be trying to see what's in the background. I be like that too. You be like, oh, what's that? What's that? And so, but yeah, y'all, this literally just all craft stuff. Oh, and really quickly, I got new cup turners. These cup turners are from a company on Etsy. When I tell you this thing is a silent ninja, It's awesome. I couldn't find like the ones I usually get for like $20 and $30 on Amazon. So I'm like, let me go support another small business. I hopped on over to our girl Etsy. I found this company. I think it's called Full of Sunshine. I will leave a link to the Tumbler below. But when I tell you great quality, and it also has a cup holder on like the side of the turner, and it's dead silent. So love it. Twist on, twist off. Arms, and then I bought like I have their multi-cup turner now too, and yeah, I really love their turner, so highly recommend them. Link below if you want to pick you up one. And so that's how we're looking on the spinner, and here is the final reveal of the pencil cup. So that is the cup, you guys. I'm trying to catch the light so you can see how it bling bling. Every time I come around your city, you can see the bling bling in each little part of the cup, because we have our iridescence, we have our holographics. She's shining, she's winning, she's getting A's this semester. And shout out to all the boss babes who go to school, who work, who do it all, who's out here bettering themselves. I see y'all. We're in the same boat. Let's get it, ladies. We only got this one life to live, so let's do it. This is like a motivational video, I guess, all in one. So if you guys like these kind of videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Period 6 Designs. Like this video, and if I didn't say that, and I will see you guys in the next one.